still can't believe it's here! Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're talking about how I spent pretty much the entire week this last week, which was reading Song of the Mysteries by Janny Wirtz. This is the final book in the Wars of Light and Shadow, a long time coming, and I was lucky enough to get this very advanced copy here, and ahead of it coming out later this year. And I'd been saying for a while, the second this came, I was going to drop everything that I got. Now, luckily, the mail comes really late here, which was bad because I knew it was out for delivery all day, and I was waiting for it, but I actually had enough time to finish The Last of the Atalanteans on Monday prior to Song of the Mysteries arriving, and then from that point on, it was the Song of the Mysteries, and I started this, I got it around 9 p.m. on Monday, and then from there, I finished it Friday afternoon. I have not read pretty much anything. I haven't really been able to get myself to read anything since. I grabbed out something else to start with. Just couldn't be bothered to get to it because I needed to sit with this for a while because, oh my gosh, so good, guys. I have been saying for a while, I've been trying to get people onto the Wars of Light and Shadows. This series is amazing, and this last book just completely is everything I could have wanted and more. It's the tension, the stakes, the character arcs that are coming to a close, things that are wrapping up, some things, that are like great, and you're like, yeah, some things you're like, oh, that's so sad. There's such a mix, there's such a wide variety of emotions and outcomes here, and it's just absolutely masterfully done. Since I've finished the last book now, I can officially say this has moved on to number one. So Janny also sent me, I needed a large graphic since I have the Wheel of Time graphic there, and I still love Wheel of Time, and I'll always love Wheel of Time. I wasn't sure anything would ever jump above Wheel of Time, especially since it's a series I read so many times and I just love. I have been ready to start rereading this since the second book as well. And there are so many things too, and it's something that Janny Wirtz does so masterfully, is there are so many things that happen and that you finally see, and then you understand things that happened in the first book and in earlier books, and it goes back and it all builds. And so it's one of those series that it really does build, and then going back to reread, there's so much reread value because you'll be seeing all of these scenes in a completely different light. And I just cannot wait. I cannot recommend it enough. You can pre-order Song of the Mysteries right now. Even if you haven't read all of the books yet, pre-orders make a big difference in the launch. So if you're interested in the series, I definitely would recommend getting it in. And also, you can pre-order Curse of the Mystery, which is the first book for audio. And I believe it's anywhere audiobooks are. I know I have it pre-ordered on Audible specifically, but it is there. It is narrated by Colin Mace, who did the second to last book as well. And the more pre-orders there, the more purchases there, the easier it is to get audiobooks for the rest of the series done. And it's I think it's a great time too. Colin did a great job because he did narrate Destiny's Conflict. I'll grab here. Oh, we gotta be careful not to knock that off. He narrated this one, which is the second to last book. Did a really great job with it. And these books the prose is so beautiful that having it read out loud to you is really nice, I think, as well. So it's something that audio does actually work nicely with. And I enjoyed being able to mix. Although these are definitely, I read 99% of the series. I guess it's probably not right. It'd be more like 92 probably percent. If maybe a little higher. But most of it I read physically. That's what I had. And it was a great reading experience there as well. But yeah, having audio I think will be great. And also it'll make it easier for me to justify rereads, because I will most certainly be rereading this series many times and for the rest of my life. And I cannot wait. And I have so much other stuff that I want to get to. So this will be the new thing, the new series that I'm constantly trying to resist immediately rereading, but I might kind of do a just slow, taking my time reread with it, because I just can't wait to go back and explore and reread the first book again, especially just because everything in the first book, anything I'm like, oh, okay, I thought this might have been done differently, or this seems kind of weird. Anything I had with that, completely there for a reason and resolved. And I always laugh looking back at, I remember my primary complaint is that the big plot line in the first book seemed like it was resolved too easily, and how naive I was, because it's the ripples from that first book all the way up to the last book. There's still lots of stuff that's still relevant, still going on, and it's just, yeah, there is absolutely just so much depth to this series. The world is amazing. The magic and the metaphysics and the way the world is built out, the stakes, the depth, the history, and it's also, despite all of that, a deeply character-focused story that mostly follows a kind of core group of characters. And something in the last book, too, is a character I don't like and I'm not a fan of. I loved their passages, and it's just like it didn't seem to matter who I was following. I really liked that we were getting so much that was still building and showing you things from the first book while bringing things to a close in a satisfying way, while still kind of leaving enough up for question, because there's so much depth to this world. You're never going to be able to just kind of like tie everything. There's still like enough ambiguity with some of it to leave you satisfied. You get a very definitive and fantastic ending, but definitely still plenty there to think more, and you could definitely keep writing in this world as well too, which I very much hope that Jamie does. I know she's got lots more bits and pieces that could go either from in the future or we're in the way past all kinds of stuff, so I'm excited. So yes, so those are some of my initial reactions here. Not quite a review. I don't know. I might do like an updated series review, because it's so hard to specifically talk about this book. I already did do a why you should read, but I know you guys have heard me talk about it, and I know some people have been starting it, and that makes me so happy and so excited. But seriously, check out Voice of Light and Shadow. This is the series that I'm kicking myself for not having been reading as long as I've been reading, basically, like I have been with Wheel of Time, because I could have reread these books so many times, but also the fact that I finished last year, and then without a very long wait, get to read this last book is also fantastic. So it was a good time. It's a great time. This book is coming out in May. It'll be a complete series. We've got audio coming in April, I believe, for the first book as well, if you're somebody who is really wanting audio to check it out. So it was a great time to get in. Like I said, pre-orders really help for those with helping for a successful launch. So definitely recommend there, but I cannot wait. So I should probably talk about some other books as well. With what I had going on, so let's go ahead and do that. So I did mention at the beginning that I had just finished The Last of the Atlanteans. This is actually what should have been my Friday videos, my review for this book, but I just could not put down Song of the Mysteries in order to actually record anything. I had my video Wednesday, which I actually did have scheduled. I actually just scheduled that for Thursday at 8 a.m. by accident, because I actually took the time to edit that. So it ended up coming out at a weird time, but then I'm like, I'm not going to stop reading more and film a video. So you will be getting, probably this Friday, most likely, but very soon otherwise, for Last of the Atlanteans by P.L. Stewart. I did finish this, and like I said in the last weekly wrap-up, I felt like just trusting the process was important, and I have to say, very much paid off, because the second half of this book and the ending, very strong, and I'm excited to get into more of these, and I'll definitely be talking about this in more detail in a review. I'm still working on Towers of the Sunset, which is the second Recluse book. This I've been mostly doing audio. I think I've listened to a little bit more, so I'm actually probably slightly closer than that to the end. As well, and even audio, I'm just like, my brain just wants Wars of Light and Shadow right now, and so I needed to give myself a little bit of a break, especially after, reading within just a few days, like 800-page book here, and so like I needed to reset a little bit, so I'll be getting back to that, hopefully finishing that up here pretty soon as well, and then yeah. I'll definitely be talking about that as well. That's one too that the second half has been really strong also, and another one where I kind of see why we're going in some of the directions that we are going. So then what next? Because I should finish up the Towers of the Sunset here pretty soon, and so I decided I'm probably going to stick with some kind of just lighter stuff now to going in, just because I feel like trying to jump right back into some big thing is maybe not the best call here. So I will probably be getting to Black Powder War, the third Temeraire book, because that I do still need to read this month, and so that one, I think these books have been kind of light and nice, very easy to get through, and they're kind of shorter as well, so I feel like that'll be a good one. And then also I'm planning to do Desperate Dispatches by Mike Molman, because I've been really excited to read this. I was waiting for the hardcover. These are fun and very, very easy to get through and enjoyable times as well. So another one I think will be a good, just kind of keeping it a little bit light type of book here to go through as well for that. And then maybe, I don't know, I went through in the last one, I have a big stack of books that I'm kind of picking from, but I really, really want to read The Lions of Alberson by Guy Gavry, okay? I was actually tempted to do this next, but I know his stuff is kind of slower, really, really beautifully written kind of stuff. And once again, I just didn't want to immediately jump into something else like that. Because I need to like complete a full reset in order to move on to new books, and so that's where I'm kind of trying to do that still here. So we'll see if I end up picking up that one or something else, one of the other ones, because I definitely do want to get some more reading in. I didn't have a ton of reading time this weekend, which is the other reason I needed to make sure to finish Song of the Mysteries before that. And so, yeah, I'll definitely be getting back into the normal swing of things this week, and we'll see from there. But that's really it for this one. So let me know what you read this week. Go check out Wars of Light and Shadow, please. I definitely recommend. You can see my stuff. I'll link my Why You Should Read video down below as well. So definitely check it out as well. And just let me know, yeah, anything that you were reading in this last week as well. Always love hearing from you. That's it for this one. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description, as always, for the Wizardly Enclave Discord if you want to chat books. Whether these books, other books, really anything at all, it's a lot of fun, and we would love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.